time for Family Story Time. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Emily, and I like to start Family Story Time with a chant called the Bread and Butter Chant. This chant lets us hear all the different syllables, the sounds that make up a word. So we're going to use the word hello to greet each other. First, we're going to put our hands on our thighs and make a beat. And it goes like this. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slowly as we can. Hello. Good job. Okay, let's do it really quickly just for fun. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quickly as we can. Hello. Excellent. It is time to introduce our letter of the day. Here it comes. If you know its name, you can call it its name. Yeah, it's a W. What sound does W make at the beginning of a word? Yeah, good job, good job. Let's put our fingers up in the air. We're going to draw a big W in the sky. Now, W is made of 4 diagonal lines. Diagonal lines kind of slant, right? They're not straight up and down. They're not side to side. They're slanty lines, and they're called diagonal. We get to make 4 of those lines connected together. So put your finger up, get ready. Whoop, 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 whoop. Excellent W's. Good job, everybody. Okay, so our story today is going to be about an animal that begins with W. It's going to be about a wolf. A wolf. But before we do our first story, let's do some things that we can do that start with W. We can whisper. Let's whisper warthog. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Warthog. Good whispering. We can wiggle. Can you wiggle? We can wiggle. That starts with W too. We can wonder. What do you wonder about? I wonder about a lot of things. Here's one of my favorite things we can do that starts with W. We can wish. Can you close your eyes and make a wish? I will too. Okay, open your eyes. Yay! I hope your wish comes true. And now it's time for our story. Our story is called Little Wolf's First Howling. Now, what does that mean, first howling? Well, wolves are nocturnal. Nocturnal. That means they are mostly awake at night, right? Are humans nocturnal? Are you mostly awake at night? For your parents' sake, I hope not. No, we're not nocturnal. How about puppies? Are puppies nocturnal? No. How about cats? Are cats nocturnal? They are a little bit. That's why during the day, if you have a cat, you see it sleeping quite a lot. Who knows what they get up to after we go to sleep? Wild parties, could be. Anyway, this is Little Wolf's First Howling. And the author is Laura McGee Kovnowski. And the illustrator who did the pictures is Kate Harvey McGee. And this book is published by Candlewick Press. Now, Little Wolf, how do wolves express themselves at night? They howl at the moon, right? They howl at the moon. And Little Wolf is going with his papa to howl at the moon for the very first time. Here we go. Where is Little Wolf? Oh, he's back here. And here's Big Wolf. Little Wolf's father led the way straight to the top of the hill. And Little Wolf zigzagged behind, sniffing each outcrop and sage. Tonight's the night, said Big Wolf. Your first howling. Little Wolf's ears shivered with excitement. I'm ready, he said. I'm ready to howl. father and son sat side by side, and they watched as the stars blinked on, and a full moon peeked over the mountain. You see the moon? Yeah. Is it time yet? Said Little Wolf. Can I howl now? Hold on, said his father. First, let me demonstrate proper howling form. Okay, in this story, I want us all to be Little Wolf's father, so we're all going to do proper howling form. And here's how I do it. Big Wolf sat up tall, and he took a deep breath. Take a breath. And he lifted his muzzle to the sky, and he howled, and you can see it right here. I'm going to go. Deep breath. Ow! And the last notes drifted out over the valley. And Little Wolf was thrilled to the tips of his tail. My turn now, right, Dad? Here I go, just like you. Big Wolf nodded. Okay, son, give it a try. I'll be Little Wolf. And Little Wolf stood tall, and he took a deep breath, and he lifted his muzzle to the sky, and he howled, woo-ba-beep-bop-boo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ah-woo-da-beep-bop-boo, boop-a-boo-boop-a-boo-boop-boop-boo. I'm howling, yeah. Big Wolf raised his eyebrows. That was a good beginning, he said, but your finish was not proper howling form. Let me demonstrate again. And he sat up straight. We're going to do this all together. And he lifted his muzzle to the sky and he said, "Ow!" Good howling. I've got it, said Little Wolf. And Little Wolf lifted his muzzle to the sky and howled again. And he said, "Ow! Beep bop boo doop doo doop doo doop boop boop boo. Oh, whoops, I did it again. Yeah." And Little Wolf looked over at his father and said, "What do you think, Dad? Did you like it? Did you?" What do you think? Is he gonna like it? Big Wolf sighed. "Son, I am proud of your nose, which has led to many new trails." He sniffs out trails. "And I admire your strength when you tumble with the other pups." Wolf pups, that's what baby wolves are called, and also cubs sometimes. "Most of all, I love how your ears express your thoughts. But your howling, it is not proper howling form." And Little Wolf hung his head. "Let me demonstrate one more time," said Big Wolf. "Listen closely." And he sat up, do it with me, and he lifted his muzzle to the sky, and he said, "Oh!" And each note rang clear and true and soared to the moon. "Your turn," said Big Wolf. Little Wolf's heart swelled with wildness and joy, and he knew it wasn't proper howling form, but he had to let loose. A-woo-da-beep-bop-boo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. A-woo-da-beep-bop-boo. And Big Wolf listened closely, and his tail started wagging, and his ears started twitching, and his paws started tapping, and he couldn't help it. He joined in too. All right, now we can all howl like Little Wolf. Jump on in with me. A-woo-da-beep-bop-boo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. A-woo-da-beep-bop-boo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Together, they howled the moon to the top of the sky. Little Wolf stuck close to his father as they trotted home. "Wait till we tell the others," he said. Big Wolf smiled. "Oh, I expect they already heard." And that is Little Wolf's first howling authored by Laura McGee Koznoski, and illustrated by Kate Harvey McGee. Thank you for sharing that story with me and for doing such excellent howling. Okay, so for this song, I'd like you all to stand up. I'm going to play a shaker egg, and I need you to do two things. When I start shaking, like really fast, I need you to shake, wiggle all over like that, okay? And when I sing the word spin, 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 I want you to throw your arms out and spin around and around. This song is about another animal that starts with W. It's about a walrus. You ready? You all standing up? Okay. And you might follow some of the other motions with me too, but your important business is to shake and to spin. And it goes like this. Oh, the walrus washes his winter coat, not shaking it, down by the wavy ocean. He adds some water and he adds some soap, and he waits and he waits and he waits. Get ready. And the laundry shakes, shakes, shakes. The laundry shakes and shakes and shakes. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes until it's clean. Keep shaking. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes. The laundry shakes and shakes and shakes. Laundry shakes, shakes, shakes until it's clean. We need to do another load. Oh, the walrus washes his winter coat down by the wavy ocean. He adds some water and he adds some soap, and he waits and he waits and he waits. He's looking at his watch. Get ready to spin. And the laundry spins, spins, spins. The laundry spins and spins and spins. The laundry spins, spins, spins until it's clean. The laundry spins, spins, spins. The laundry spins and spins and spins. The laundry spins, spins, spins until it's clean. Yay! Good job. Okay, you can sit back down. I'm going to give the parents and caregivers a quick tip about one of the 5 things we can do every day to get ready to read. Those are talk, sing, read, write, and play. And today's tip is about talking. So here's a tip. Again, so many of these things come naturally to some people, don't come naturally to others. This is one that did not come naturally to me. And the more kids talk back and forth, right, the more words they're using, it helps get them ready to read. So this also works with teenagers. Instead of saying, maybe when you pick your child up from daycare, how was daycare? Say, tell me about your day. And instead of saying, if you're looking at a drawing, oh, is that a horse? Say, tell me about your drawing. It encourages more words to come forth. That's the talking tip. Okay, now everybody, I hope you brought something to shake too. You could use a bottle of sprinkles. You could use a sock. You could use your sister's underwear. No, don't do that. Okay, something to shake. We're going to play a game called Don't Wake It Up. This is a listening game, right? This is a game that helps build our self-regulation skills. Who couldn't use more of those? All right. And today we're going to pretend, ball up your sock if you've got a sock, or just make something small, whatever you've got. And whatever it is, it's sleeping. It's sleeping. And we can sing to it while it's asleep, but we're very, very quiet. And then when it's time to wake up and play, we get to shake it all around, but not before it's time to wake up and play. And here's how it goes. Let's see, let's make it a warthog. Okay. Warthog sleeping, don't wake it up. Warthog sleeping, don't wake it up. Warthog sleeping, don't wake it up. Now we're very quiet. Wake up, warthog, it's time to play. Wake up, warthog, it's time to play. Wake up, warthog, it's time to play. Now we're very loud. Good job. Okay. Let's do a walking stick. Have you ever seen a walking stick? A walking stick is a kind of insect that looks like a stick. And it looks like a stick to keep itself safe, right? To blend in with a bit of a tree where it's on, or just in the grass. I'm just another stick. So that predators who would eat the walking stick are fooled. Okay, so let's do a walking stick. Walking stick, sleep and don't wake it up. Walking stick, sleep and don't wake it up. Walking stick, sleep and don't wake it up. Now we're very quiet. Wake up, walking stick, it's time to play. Wake up, walking stick, it's time to play. Wake up, walking stick, it's time to play. Now we're very loud. Oh my goodness. That walking stick was really ready to play almost right away. Okay, what else can we do? Can we do a whole state? What do you think? We're in Minnesota. We've got a state that starts with W that's pretty close to us. Do you know that state? Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Let's pretend the whole state of Wisconsin is asleep. We're not going to wake them up until it's time. So we're just going to say, Wisconsin, sleeping, don't wake it up. Wisconsin, sleeping, don't wake it up. Wisconsin, sleeping, don't wake it up. Now we're very quiet. Wake up, Wisconsin, it's time to play. Wake up, Wisconsin, it's time to play. Wake up, Wisconsin, it's time to play. Now we're very loud. Oh, good job building those self-regulation skills. I am pleased, and I hope your caregivers and parents are impressed. Caregivers and parents, this is a great game to play at home anytime with a sock. Maybe your child can come up with ideas for what could be sleeping and playing, and build those listening and self-regulation skills. All right, it's already time for our closing song. And for our closing song, we put on a pair of magic glasses. Boop. We're gonna look up and down and all around and put our hands together and make a book. And we can open it. And today, everything in our book is going to start with the letter W. Let's open it. Oh my goodness, it's a wicked witch! Close the book! Whew, that was a rough one. What else could it be? Oh my goodness, it's a white wolf! Close the book! Whew. Let's make it something tasty. Oh my goodness, it's watermelon. Do you like watermelon? If you like watermelon, you can eat it up with me, okay? We're gonna eat it up a little wackily. We're not gonna be polite. We're gonna go nom, 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 nom. Good watermelon. All right, let's put our glasses back on. And our song goes like this. These are my glasses, this is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, 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 and I look, look, look. I put down my glasses and whoop, close up the book. Thank you for joining me for Family Story Time today. Talk together and do some things that start with W together. Wiggle. Look for W everywhere you go today if you go outside. See if you see that letter W maybe on the name of a store or on a license plate, and you can say, hey, W, I know you. Did you know you're the letter of the day? And you sound like, wah, wah, wah. Do you think W knows what it sounds like? Well, I hope so. If not, we'll teach it today, right? Another thing that I would love for you to do is if you're going to be talking to someone today, maybe over the phone or over Zoom or at home, who couldn't be at Storytime today, why don't you try telling them the story of Little Wolf's first howling? And then you can tell it your own way. That's going to build your narrative skills. All right, excellent. Thank you for joining us. Take care. Have a wonderful day.